Good afternoon, our Formula One fans from around the world. It's another Formula One show, and it's the big breaking news that Christian Horner has been fired from Red Bull. And with me to do that is Mustafa, Kunle, and Mr. Johnny. You're welcome to the show.
I thought you didn't do your fact checking. His name isn't Christian Horner. You know what
Horny
his
Horner,
name is. Horny
Christian
Horner.
Horny Horner.
Horny Horner. Yeah, Horny Horner. All right, so we're getting ahead of ourselves because we don't know it has anything to do with his scandal. We don't even know if his scandal was sex because it's being hidden from everybody. But Christian Horner's leaving. I'm a little bit surprised. I thought he was strong enough to make it at least to the end of the year. He built this team. I think he built a team. He had an F2 team or an F3 team and built his way up, built a champion. He has 8 World Drivers Championships, but gone. Nobody's saying why he's gone, but if you look at the timeline, the car started falling apart last year. The operations at Red Bull have fallen apart. Strategical mistakes. You can think of one strategical mistake where they made him go out. I think it was in Spain where he got frustrated and they put him on. What did they put him on? Hard tires. They put him on hard tires,
Yeah, I think it was on hard tires.
or
Yeah,
whatever they made
hot
it.
pass.
Yeah, they put hard tires and he started slipping. That was just dumb mistakes. They've lost Whitmarsh. They've lost Rob Marshall. They've lost Adrian Newey. All of these guys now are working for McLaren or for they have a guy who's with I forgot it,
Aston
Andy
Martin.
Cowell and Aston Martin. And those teams are doing well. They lost their brainchild, and all of these guys started departing around the time of the scandal with Horner. For him to have some sort of inappropriate dealings with a female at this team is unprofessional. And we're not saying that that's the cause, but it may have been the cause of everything because as far back as then, Verstappen's dad said, if this team implodes, it's Horner's fault. Verstappen's dad said it. He said it last year. And Verstappen's dad, and then there were rumors that Verstappen's dad said he wanted Horner out. There were rumors that he said him and his son were going to leave Red Bull. Then Horner had the nerve on a special holiday. There's a special Red Bull car. And Verstappen's dad said, "Can I drive it also?" And Horner said, "No, you can't." You're talking like that to the father of your cash cow. You get my point? Because it's clear that his dad doesn't like Horner, but I think Verstappen told his dad, "Cool down. Let's do this the right way. If the car is good, we stay. If the car isn't good, we don't stay." And we have to say Verstappen's professional because these guys are telling Verstappen Horner's gone. A couple of weeks ago, there was a rumor that Verstappen said that Horner's powers have to be cut or he's going to leave. But he never said it himself. So we have to give credit. I'm always going to glaze Verstappen, ultimate professional. He never said anything to the press, which made it seem like he knew this was going on. So I got to give him credit. But this is nobody but Horner's fault. Aside from the sex scandal, the way he treated the Checo thing, you signed Checo to a contract after he's already not doing well. Then you have to pay him off, and then you get rid of him and ignore the fact that it was the car. Then instead of bringing Yuki, who was the rightful next person, you bring in Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson drives rubbish for a couple of races. Then you take out Lawson and you throw what's his name in there, Checo. You do all of this, and nowhere do I see as a team principal. I know he can't blame himself if he doesn't have the right designers and engineers, but as a team principal, I didn't see anything that the team was doing to address the issue of the car. Maybe the board of trustees or the people who have the money don't want to give him the money to do it, then he should come out and say it. The way that what's his name said it, Vasseur said, we changed the drivers, we changed the team principal, we're still not doing well, so it must be the fault of the owners or the management. If it's not the management, whose fault is it? It's the team principal because he's supposed to organize and run. This team looks like it's just a bunch of people who play Ludo all day and then get ready to race. That's it. Like it doesn't seem like there's anything going on to address their problems. So I guess it's time for him to go. What are your thoughts, Mr. Johnny? Yeah.
Oh man, this is big news.
No, I
But
like him, but
obviously,
maybe it's time for him to go. Yeah.
yeah, obviously there's something going on inside, that we can't see behind the curtains. Something has broken
Yeah,
down, and then
we can see.
yeah, and then and I think of course they're using that scandal to sack him. So that's. I mean, everybody, nobody knows. Even I just watched just a short show about with Martin Brundle and Sky, and he doesn't even know too as well. He's like I said, he said he spoke with he sent a text to
Yeah, okay, but let me
on
ask you a question. But you can
yeah.
deduce. We can deduce what it is because they will never say what it is because they're
Yeah,
professional.
we can, but we can, yeah, we can know that that something at the background, and we've seen the signs. The wheels are falling off from that car, and it is so. But the fact that the one that just kind of like gets me, and I'm just is that how every now and then how a top man or any man self can just be brought down by some kind of something that he did in his bedroom or something like that. That kind of thing is actually hardcore.
Yeah, but here's the difference though. If he did that to an engineer on the team, that's also destructive to the team. It's not just, oh, I want to have sex. If you're harassing somebody within the team or you're letting them harass you, you can't do it. It's like, for example, if you own a business, you can't destroy. We all know that the law.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, he could have just gotten a girlfriend on the side that had nothing to do with his team. That's the point I'm making. Yeah,
I wonder, Abi. I mean, you just get the professional. You can't jump on people around looking around you. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's how bad that thing is. It can be really bad that you just can't control yourself, and then you just want to jump on any person that you see.
Well, the thing is that Horner, he married a Spice Girl. I'm not saying he tends to be a little bit of let me not diss the Spice Girls, but I think he believes that, and this is the problem with especially with white males. They think that they can have whatever they have. Not only that, they think they can do whatever they want. Like Trump, I can bomb Israel. I'm the man. White men think they have all the power and they can do it. If this was a black man, you would never do that shit on your team because they'll take you down. Horner, I think he started believing that he was invincible. He was almost invincible. He was invincible as long as Verstappen was winning.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Exactly. And as long as that car was doing well, but they are seeing that guy is going down. Verstappen wants to move, so
he's allowed Toto Wolff. He may allow Toto Wolff to steal his best driver. It looks bad, but to be honest, and he still has a trial. Do you know that there's a law in England that the press can't talk about the details of his case? That means his case is bad. Because somebody paid off the police. There's a gag order. The judges the magistrates have a gag order in which you'll go to jail or you'll get fined if you release the details of his upcoming trial. That means that he doesn't want to release because whatever it is, maybe this woman is going to sue the whole company. So the board of trustees, they have to fire him because this is a business for them.
Oh, yeah, so they don't want
to. I think Kunle said it.
Yeah, it's because I presume because if the evidence becomes public, it'll affect a jury. I'm not sure if it's a criminal trial, and then it'll bias any jury comes before it. So it compromises.
That may be the case. Yeah, so, that means I think I'm not used to in America that shit comes out, man. We all knew what happened to Diddy even before the trial. Yeah,
well, I mean,
but I think that whatever. Not only that, forget about that. The way he treated that team, it seemed like there was a racist element too. The way he kept Lawson. Lawson shouldn't be in F1. Lawson should not be in F1. The way he treated Yuki as a stepchild, the way they treated Checo, who's won 6 races for them. It seems like. And he also had a problem with with Marco. It seemed like Horner treats that team as if you are my friend and you go out with dinner with me, I like you. You stay on the team. You can't have friends in F1. For example, if Verstappen doesn't like Horner, it doesn't matter as long as his car does well. But it seems like Horner likes to surround himself by a bunch of yes men. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Kunle? Yeah.
With Horner, his heel, the Helen of Troy, the Delilah to his Samson that brought man down. These were the things that brought the beginning of the end. The major thing that happened was when AJ Newey left. That's for me is everything started falling apart. And sometimes a lot of the brilliance and success in your team is not just down to you, but it's down to some of those people that left. And then the team ethos, the team spirit, the morale starts crashing down. When these people leave, then your team principal starts behaving like a dick, and then it now enters the technical world where things that normally you'd say, and then your wrench guy or whoever starts disagreeing on small things, and then you lose the rhythm. And once you've lost the rhythm with the team, then you start becoming more of a problem than the solution. But Christian Horner is very talented. Very, very talented individual. And I do not know whether this is the end of his Formula One career.
I doubt it. For all we know, he may be going to Ferrari and next year, and it's okay, go now. And they're keeping it quiet because they may be embarrassed that he's leaving. We don't know. We just don't know. You get my point? Yeah.
And
But I will say this much. I will say this much, and then we'll go to Falabi. Sorry, Falabi. I will say this much. Anytime your sister team is beating you, I think Hajja beat Verstappen the week before, or Lawson beat Verstappen. The sister team is beating, and now they're bringing the team principal, Laurent Muke, the sister team's technical director, to run the team. That car is more stable. I promise you. I think I said it before. I know Verstappen likes a pointy car, but maybe it's time for him to have a balanced car like Racing Bull's car or McLaren. Forget about having a pointy. Just get a car that's balanced. He's so good that because this is the main issue the car has is balance. It's balanced. That's why they can't find the right setup. What were you going to say, Afolabi?
Yeah, what I just wanted to say was, no matter how we look at it, it was twice cleared of the allegations of inappropriate behavior, but the scandal generated a lot of negative publicity. Red Bull,
well, he wasn't cleared so far because they haven't done the trial yet. But
yes, so the publicity, the negative publicity for a brand like them, they could ill afford anything on their business. I think this was a business decision because the shareholders, you have partly Austrian, partly Thai stakeholders. I feel some parts wanted Horner to stay, some parts.
The Austrian one, Mateschitz, the son of the guy who died, who started the company, he does not like Verstappen.
Yes, and then
no, he does not like Verstappen. He does not like Horner. Yeah.
Horner. So
sorry, he doesn't like Horny one.
Basically, I think it was a combination of the pressure from Jos Verstappen and Helmut Marko, who I feel were not happy with his management style. Like you rightly mentioned, he had a team that were working like silos. There was no chemistry. He became a victim of his brilliant achievement over 20 years, and he started to boss people around. And I think they didn't really like that. And like I said several times,
there's something dismissive about him. It's like you're not doing well. It's like if you're getting F's on your exam, not F's. Let's say you're getting D, C. You're getting borderline. You're almost getting F. Don't worry, Mom. Don't worry, Dad. Why are you shouting, man? We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Yes. You get my point. Then you get the report card. You say, you're being held back. So, but my thing is, I think let's put the bottom line. Last week, there were rumors of Verstappen going to Mercedes. He may still be going. I think we have to take seriously the theory also that maybe they're trying to keep Verstappen. They're begging Verstappen to stay, and they said, okay, we're going to clean up the team and put the team in order. Verstappen is like, and his dad there, these guys are Dutch. Dutch are very into details. Horner is a British guy. British are they're more exuberant and charismatic.
Yes.
That team needs to get back to like Michael Schumacher and become strict. Under Horner, it was a good team. It was like rock stars, Horner, Vettel, all these guys. And Horner relies on really good drivers because he won 4 with Vettel and won 4 with, and it's the same pattern. He didn't win his 5th with Vettel, and he's not going to win his 5th with Verstappen. So maybe this is an emergency that they know, because if Verstappen leaves, there will be no more Red Bull in F1 ever. So maybe getting rid of Horner is that maybe they want to keep him, but like you said, our hands are tied. We have to get rid of Horner because we need to shake up the management in the team. They're going to bring this French guy. And if you notice, Red Bull Racing is the opposite. They're like a family. Lawson, Yuki, when he was there, all of them were like a family. They're close-knit. You see the team principal. He's like the Japanese principal from Haas. He hangs out with them, sits down with them in the cafeteria and eats, wears tracksuit. He doesn't look like he's a boss. He's
more hands-on.
He dresses up like an engineer, like a mechanic.
Yes, he's more hands-on. He's more
and he talks to them, and he has a relationship with them. Horner became larger than life.
He's the principal of Racing Bulls, I guess.
Yeah. Horner probably is good for financial operations and things like that. And another question, what's going on with that team? Why do they have a wind tunnel from 1940? Why does a team that wants to win a world championship have a wind tunnel from the 1950s from World War II? Speak to that, Kunle. What are your thoughts? Then we'll go to John.
Well, because we are trying to fly Spitfire.
The Führer used to use this plane for Luftwaffe. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Kunle? Yeah.
Yes, I think that. Well, let's see what goes on back with this little story. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Red Bull. Who are they going to get next? You said that
they already got somebody. They got the team principal from Red Bull.
Someone already. The team principal of Racing Bulls.
He's a French guy, Laurent Muke. He's born in 1979 or something, 1977. Young guy. And he's also he's a specialist in aerodynamics. You have to remember, Christian Horner doesn't have an engineering degree.
And I hear he worked with the FIA as well, maybe in the technical department or something.
And who's going to take over the second team if Horner's going there?
Oh, who have his number 2 will take over.
His deputy will take over.
That would be interesting.
That car is okay. They did a good job with that car because Hadja is the rookie of the year, and that car has been doing well. So I don't think it's going to really. They still have a big problem. They need to get their concept straight. This year is over, but what are your thoughts, Mr. Johnny? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that question they asked about the wind tunnel from 1940 something. Yeah. I think the reason why they still have it is because Red Bull gives wings, so they don't need a wind tunnel.
Oh yeah. Well, they're learning. Well, we have to remember, Nui was helping them cheat. He put the differential thing in there, which helps for imbalance.
There you go. You see,
and they took that thing out. So I think, in general, I think the team, not just Horner, it seems like they haven't been spending money on development. They just got lucky to get Nui in there and to have good concept designs, but it seems like they weren't maintaining that team. It's like if you get a very good car, if you don't maintain it, change the world, spend money on do those things, the car will fall apart. So it seems like they haven't been spending money. They were trying to take shortcuts. Mercedes has more money. That's why they can. Toto Wolff is 1/3 owner of Mercedes. So Mercedes and McLaren are on top of it. But McLaren brought American money with Zach Brown. Red Bull doesn't have the money to keep their car up the way that those guys can.
Red Bull, it depends on how much cans of Red Bull they sell.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Kule?
A bit more Honda and a bit less Red Bull. I think they need a bit more of the Honda institutionalized base and of the flamboyancy that is Red Bull. They need.
Yeah, but Honda left them, and Honda said they were leaving F1, but then Honda went to Aston Martin. Maybe Honda saw that they were not serious, and they said these guys will ruin our name. You understand? Because Honda said, "Oh, we're leaving F1." Then when they left Red Bull, they said, "Oh, we changed our mind. We're going to Aston Martin." So that's what I'm saying. There's a problem. I'm not going to just blame it on Horner. There's generally a problem. Maybe the owners, they don't want to spend the money, or they don't have the money to compete. You can't compete with McLaren and look at this car, McLaren cars. It probably cost them billions. That car is fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
All right. What are your thoughts? So, Mr. Johnny, what else were you saying? Yeah. We're almost done.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna see how. I mean, I can't really. I mean, for the future of Red Bull is for me like it's
looking bleak, man.
Very, very bleak. So we're gonna see how that's going to look like. I'm going to. I can see Verstappen leaving though.
It's going to be a three-way race the next couple of years. Aston Martin, McLaren, and Mercedes. Those are the three big teams now. Yeah. And Ferrari. Ferrari's number 4. Ferrari has the same problems that Red Bull has, flare and all that, but they're not taking the engine seriously. They're not taking the body, the aerodynamics seriously. And there are even rumors that Vasseur may be fired, which I think will be a big mistake. What are your thoughts on Ferrari?
Yeah, basically what I feel is that they now have a big job on their hands trying to convince Verstappen to stay, because quietly I feel this has been a very irritating season for him, and I think his mind is pretty much made up. Even though he hasn't made it public, I feel they'll now have to convince him to stay. And everything is about results. If you look at their performance this season, everything is all about results. It's not just like a football manager, you're as good as your last game. And if you look at their drop-off, I think they're now 4th in the constructors, several more points below.
Forget about constructors.
So it's unassailable. And in the drivers too, it's looking bigger and bigger, the gap to the McLaren 1 and 2. So it looks like Verstappen is just generally very upset with everything.
Here's what I can predict, though. They've been here before. You know what could happen? This guy is with the junior team. He's not coming. If they bring him in and Verstappen leaves, they'll just bring Hadja and that new boy, Lindblad, who's going to be the next Verstappen. Lindblad is 17 years old, coming second in F2. So they'll start building the team for the future on those two with the new specs.
Yeah.
That's a good plan for them. And that Lindblad guy, bad boy.
Looks like that's what they're going to do.
When he was 12 years old, he walked up to Nicky Ros he walked up to Lando Norris and said, "Give me your autograph." And then when Norris signed his autograph, he said, "In 4 or 5 years, I'll be beating you." I'm serious. That's what he told him. So that means the guy has that sort of fearless personality. You get my point. So if I were them, they should focus on Lindblad and Hadja, and then do away with this pointy car. If Verstappen leaves, do away with that and just build a regular car. Both of those boys are good. Or maybe even keep. I think they're going to get rid of Tsunoda. They should keep Tsunoda because that Lindblad boy is too young. Let Lindblad drive with the junior team, keep Tsunoda for 3 or 4 years, and let Tsunoda and Hadja drive together.
well.
Tsunoda drives well in a typical car. He may have even come 4th or 5th this year if he was driving Red Bull race. All right, so we're done. Last thoughts, Kunle.
Yeah, Red Bull's a mess. The team is slowly disintegrating, and I am 99% sure that there's absolutely nothing that Red Bull's going to do to stop Verstappen leaving them at the end of this season. I think curtains for Red Bull, and they have too much to make up, and they've lost too many championship-winning engineers, mechanics, and technical crew. I think it is the dearth of Red Bull and the beginning of a new era, and let's see where Verstappen will be going next season.
Yeah, Biodu must be celebrating now. He must be having a glass of wine.
I saw his message. You are quick to tell him that we were on it.
Yeah, he sent us a message about this guy. Said, "We were already doing a show for it, man. Don't mind that." All right, guys, take us out of Falabi. Good show, guys. So we'll do another show on after, not tomorrow, probably on this weekend or something like that. Thank you.
Okay, it's been another brilliant Formula One show. We're discussing the dismissal of Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull, and from Kunle, Mustafa, Johnny, and myself. We'll be back again.
Yeah, I'll see you in the evening, Father. I'll send you notes.
Yeah, sure.